Hey guys, so I kind of have a haul, but yeah, all these plushies. Um, so recently I've been kind of getting into like the snack plushie bundles where they have like tiny little ones and then it's like an entire bag. So yeah, that's basically what I was doing. So the first one is actually from Walmart. The first and second time I saw this, I was actually going to buy it, and then I realized that someone had opened the thing and then stole all the fish. So I waited till like another day to see if they would restock, and then they did, and I ended up getting it. I think this was around $15 at least Canadian. So yeah, this was the most priciest out of all of them. This is like the Go Fish brand, like the Go Fish it's a brand, but it's kind of like knockoffs brands because it's not like officially licensed in terms of like being officially affiliated with like the food companies. So yeah, the thing is, what is it? It's technically not really knockoff, but it's not officially licensed, so they cannot like use the actual name and the look of the food. The only place that I actually saw selling something that was officially like licensed for like stuff was like M&M's, Skittles, Hubba Bubba, and then also Sour Patch Kids, and that was at Indigo, which is the bookstore. Unfortunately, those are like bigger and they cost more. I think it was like $50 to $60 for some of them, and that's really expensive. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy that. But Walmart had this fish one, so I was like really happy to get it. So this one says officially awesome. So it has puns, and the bag itself has a face, and then the side has 4 names because it comes with 4 fish inside. However, this they all look the same, so I guess you can call them anything to be honest. And then here are the nutritional facts, and then there's a barcode. Nutritional facts are cute because it's like the serving size, and then basically 100% daily value for everything like softness, cuteness, and playfulness. So I thought that was really cute. So let's just open this. So it has a zipper, and I'm just gonna take one out because they all look the same, but the faces are embroidered. They're not like super soft plushies, I will say. They're pretty firm because they want to keep the shape. However, I think it's still super cute, and then you can just have a bunch of friends in here. Really cute. Okay, and the next ones I bought from Dollarama. So this one is actually from my brother. I gave it to him already, but I took it for filming. And then I also had this one, which is for me because it was chips. They also had donuts. They also had cheese puffs. But the problem with the cheese puffs is they just look like orange curls, and that's it, and it has the face. So I thought these chips would be better because I do like savory snacks, so I thought this would be cute for me. Also, these look more like chips because they have like the ruffle lines, so I thought this would be better. So there are defects with these, like management, like the quality control is really not good with these. Basically what I saw was the donuts had the chips in them, like the donut bags had the chips in them. So if you're like buying them, I guess you have to be careful. I mean, you technically still could buy those ones, they're perfectly fine. It's just it's the wrong packaging like bag for the actual ones inside. So yeah, I saw like the donuts and they had like the chips, and I don't know, there was so many of them that had the same problem. So yeah, but these are the cookie fluffs, and comes with 5 cookies. So 5 cookies are in the bag, and I also put in the 6th one. So when they have these, they actually seal it with like the company that makes them actually has like cardboard over it, so that way it doesn't like, so that way people don't really steal it easily. And what happened is they put one like sample basically with an eye tag onto that. So I thought that was super cute. But anyways, it technically has 6 even though it says 5 because of that one sample. All of them have it basically, and then it has fluff facts, and then I thought the packaging was cute and has a winky face. So all of them have like faces, and some of them are repeats, but it's okay. The Dollarama ones have like Velcro like this for the opening. However, I noticed the bigger stuff like this one, they normally use the zippers because I guess it's like more expensive product anyways. But the Dollarama ones just use these. I think these were around like $4 only, so it's a good deal. You get a bunch of friends in here. But yeah, cookie. They're not super soft again, but the eyes and facial features are embroidered, but they do look cute. Some of them are repeat faces, but it's a bunch of friends, so it's really nice. I'm gonna put them back slowly. Okay, and then we have, okay, and then we have the crispy fluffs, which is the one that I chose for myself. Some of the bags are like overstuffed and firm, and I guess that's okay if you like those type of plushies. Normally when I'm choosing plushies, I choose like a bit understuffed so that way it feels soft. So this bag isn't like completely stuffed. And there's like stuffing basically in the back, so that way it's like a plush. However, like to each their own. Some people like firmer plushies because it's like better for displaying. I do prefer like understuffed because I think it's better for hugging. So yeah, so this one comes with 5 chips, and then there's the extra one, which was the sample basically on the packaging itself, and then this one says fluff facts as well. And funnily enough, even though it's crispy fluffs, it says 0% crispiness because they're actually fluffy. So yeah. So I like these because they actually have like the ruffled design, the way that they're stitched together. So I thought it was super cute. Like the fabric that they used looks like ruffles. So I thought it was like a nice touch to have for plushies. So the last one that I have is a bag from Winners. Sometimes Winners will have like cool hidden like things if you go to the stores, and they just had this. My brother bought it for me because he wanted to gift me something, so I chose this because it was chicken nuggets, Dino chicken nuggets, and I thought it was super cute. It was only around $12 Canadian, which isn't too bad. I would say Walmart, not Walmart, Winners and Marshalls, when it comes to stuff like plushies and toys, sometimes you find like hidden gems, like nice things, and even electronics too, because sometimes they have like cool electronics that you might want to buy. But I definitely think it's a place like you would walk in and find stuff, not necessarily, oh, I plan to go there to find those type of things, because normally people go there for the clothing. That is like roughly like a good pricing, that's why they want to go there. But for me and my brother, we always look at like the toys and the electronics, because sometimes they do have some good stuff out of nowhere. It's kind of like hit or miss depending on like what it is. But yeah, I ended up getting this. Also has nutritional facts too, and it also has this barcode here. So I was telling my friend, how cool would it be, like I was bringing this home after my brother bought it for me, and I was like, how cool would it be, the nuggets are actually different shapes. And turns out they are different shapes when I opened it. So it's a zipper. So they're not as defined as the actual shapes like on the bag. I will say that is kind of not good that it is like that, because can't really tell what most of them are. But however, I do appreciate the fact that they tried. So it does kind of look a little bit like what it's supposed to be. I like how the material, like the fluff, is supposed to be like the nuggets, like how crispy they are, like the breading. So this one I think is supposed to be the pterodactyl. It kind of doesn't look like it has a head, and the legs are kind of a bit too stubby, but I guess these are like fried nuggets anyways, so I cannot complain. This one is a little bit better, but still stubby like chicken though, so I guess it makes sense. But it's like the Triceratops. Then we have Mr. Stegosaurus, which doesn't really have the spines at all, to be honest, but close enough. And then we have the T-Rex, which doesn't really look like it has the arms, so kind of just looks like a ghost. But yeah, I like how they did make it different shapes though, because it makes it cuter. And also, I don't know if you guys can hear, it has something like foily inside, so all of them kind of can sound like they're crispy. So I guess it's nice to like just fidget with, like just hold them. I don't really need to fidget with anything, but they're really cute. I like how they just sound like they're crispy. It gives them like more texture, and it's a little bit fun. So I guess if you give it to like someone who wants to fidget with something, or like for example if you give it to someone who's like a little kid who just wants to hold them, you can just play around with them like this. So yeah, overall I think like my first bag plushie with like, it wasn't a snack thing, but it was actually Genshin merch, and I think I have it in my hauls playlist. It's a really old, like, it's been a couple years since I purchased it, so it's been a while, but basically it's the slimes from Genshin. So there's different elements of slimes, and basically I wanted to get one of each at the time, but that doesn't include like the new slimes that are out in the game, like the new element ones. But anyways, I was like, okay, I want them all, but it's super expensive to buy separate plushies for them. So I ended up going on like AliExpress or Amazon and just looking at like different options. And there was one, it's not official merchandise. However, I don't think I would call it bootleg necessarily, because Genshin doesn't really make that type of product. So it was like a bag with a bunch of, with like 6 slimes in it as like plushies, and then they actually have like the squeaky stuff inside, so when you squeeze them they make a noise, and I thought it was super cute. So that was my first time I ever bought like snack bags, basically like these ones, except those were slimes, so it wasn't food related, but I really liked them, so I guess that's why I always like seeing these type of things. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.